All right. We are live. It looks like we are here. Hi, everyone. For those of you who are watching live, I'm so glad you could make it. For those of you watching the replay, we're so glad that you're here. We have the one and only Eugina Jordan. Eugina, thank you for joining us. I have been excited about this for weeks, and I think you have influenced and touched some of my best friends, my very best friend. And, I've even learned from you. I've learned from you just so much in the short times that we've had interactions. So I'm so excited to unpack finding your cheerleader and why that's important. A topic that's near and dear to my heart, something that I've learned very early on, and it's really shaped my career, my heart, my passions. So welcome, welcome, welcome.
Oh, thank you so much for having me here. I'm so excited because this topic is dear to my heart. So thank you so much for having me here.
We're so glad you are. Yeah. So, for some of those who don't know you, we know that you're a VP of marketing at Parallel Wireless, an amazing organization. But tell us a little bit about you. What do people not know about you?
So I'm an open book. So if you follow me on LinkedIn, you will see my life stories, my struggles. I'm an immigrant. I moved from Russia to Canada, then to the United States. And I worked through all the bad jobs, through all the grind. I started in my industry, with 2 degrees. I started as a receptionist. And I'm grateful personally that I had some great mentors that saw a fire in my belly, and they helped me to raise through the ranks. They helped me learn different types of skills, become a better version of myself every day. So I also have 3 dogs. You might be hearing them
Very
barking
important.
because I'm a teenager's mom. So I have a almost 17-year-old. So, and I am a wife as well. I'm a good friend. I hope my friends will say I'm a good friend. So I'm trying to find balance every day in my life because Parallel Wireless is a startup. So, and as I said, I'm an open book. So everything is out there on what I do for Parallel Wireless or how I grow myself every single day as a female leader in my industry.
You touched on a few things there. See, I hope you guys caught that just within the first 50 seconds. Isn't that wild? Couple things. You talk about being an immigrant, and you just recently posted something on LinkedIn about it. And what I love about you is your raw authenticity. Because how scary is that to say I think you even called yourself a quirky immigrant or something like that,
I
right?
call myself an awkward Russian girl, Easter egg, awkward black girl, right? So it resonated with me, her show.
That's right. That's right. But to kind of lean into who we are, right, is one of the things that drew me to you was to say, okay, if she can be that authentic, because I'm an immigrant as well, right? And I'm a little awkward and kooky, I get it. But you can kind of lean into that and realize that that's not a weakness, that's a strength. That's really cool. That's really powerful. Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that you're saying it because the way I look at it, all my challenges, they're my opportunities as well. So English is my second language, obviously, right? So I made sure that anything that I produce is of utmost quality. I wrote 45 articles, 45 articles during COVID. So, and my team was so great because obviously I miss articles sometimes. There's no articles in the Russian language, right? So I miss them when I write sometimes. So I have a wonderful team that understands and supports me. So they review my articles, they correct them. And this is how I turned one of my challenges into an opportunity. I'm also a non-engineer, right? So I have a computer undergrad and I have a master's in teaching. So anyone besides me, very courageous Russian woman, they would have said, I'm not an engineer. I cannot do high-tech marketing. So what I did, I invested my time into learning. asking questions. And there's so many good people out there in my company, outside of my company, that will answer those questions. When I joined Parallel Wireless 8 years ago, I knew nothing about the RAN, nothing. And there were people within the company, and I still have people within the company that I go to and I say, you know what? I'm not an engineer. Help me out, please.
Right. Right. Yep. And that's exactly it. You hit on this in your intro even was, there were mentors and people on your team. And we'll get into, mentors don't have to be sort of this structured, but can be, right? Who saw something in you that you didn't necessarily see in yourself. And that's, I think, one of the hidden gems of finding good mentors, finding good people. And then you just hit on another brilliant point, which is people want to help you. People want to answer those questions, or at least the people that you're going to want in your life. So it's worth putting yourself out there and asking questions and reaching out to people. So already good stuff. Already good stuff.
You're too
we
kind
can stop here. That's it, folks. We're done with the live. This is good. So
you were too kind to me.
Well, I want to unpack this idea of mentorship a little bit with you because you know so many areas and facets of mentorship and coaching. And today we're talking about finding your cheerleader. Maybe help us understand, why is it important for someone to find a cheerleader, for someone to find a mentor?
Great question. And I actually had yesterday my first session with the mentors within Parallel Wireless. And I put out there a question. There's many different mentorship styles. You can be a consultant, you can be a cheerleader, you can be a coach, you can be a confidant. What is your style? Mm-hmm. My style is a cheerleader. And it resonates with me because there's a very interesting quote from Oprah Winfrey. She said that mentor is someone who can allow a person to see hope within themselves. And that's why cheerleader is someone that just comes along and says, you know what, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And I've been so grateful that I had so many cheerleaders along my road, from early on, starting as a receptionist in the industry. People said, you can do it. You can be a manager, you can be a leader. And then what's the worst thing that can happen?
Right.
You learn, right? Because that's how I look at failures. They're not failures, they're learnings. And that's my style. Any other mentors, they find their own style. My style is to help other people discover that they are amazing.
Mm-hmm. How do you go about that? How do you find things about that person that maybe they didn't see in and of themselves? How can we become better mentors just in our daily lives?
So, being curious. I think I've read enough really good books from Adam Grant and Liz Wiseman and Jim Covey, right? It's being curious. We all, as human beings, we are worlds, right? So we're just so complex and we have such great stories to tell. It's just sitting down with someone and asking questions. What do you like? What don't you like? What ticks you off? How did you grow up? Do you like dogs? Why don't you like dogs? What do you like to eat? And I truly enjoy learning about other people, including, my own family. We sit down at night and I ask my teenager questions because it's such a great gift when someone shares a part of themselves with you.
Wow. Is that good? I'll let that sink in. It is such a great gift when someone shares a part of themselves with you. Because you're right. How difficult is it to be vulnerable? How difficult is it to be, to take a moment, frankly, and be curious about someone else? If COVID taught us anything, it's that we're pretty busy people, but to take a moment and then find an element that you can relate on together. You've talked about this both privately and today, that we're all human. We all have this human element, and you can't forget the human element. I know where a lot of us are in tech or, somehow connected to the tech industry, but I think one of the most powerful pieces of a mentor is pulling out that human element. And to your point, being genuinely curious and interested in other people. Yeah, that's really beautiful. So, oh, go ahead.
No, I love it. I love it. I believe in humanizing other people. And it's been so hard in the last 18 months when all you're talking is to a computer screen. You see an image of a person, right? And realizing it's Eugina and she has 3 dogs and she has a teenager and she loves Indian food, right? So just asking those questions. How are you doing today? What is the word of the day? Right? And it takes an effort.
Yeah. So we know the reason why we need a mentor, which, by the way, I didn't really know until I started practicing law that I really needed to get mentors. So I was well into my, career when I really realized I don't have to keep struggling. I can find people who have done this before and are willing to help me. So I think just that in and of itself might seem simple, but I know personally I struggled with even understanding that and knowing that was important, So let's say, okay, we've got that baseline. We understand we need a mentor. How do you go about it? What's the first step that you can take to find a mentor that's meaningful to you, that can help you take that next step or take that next leap or see something that hope in you that you didn't see yourself?
So that's a really great question, because asking for help and having a mentor is asking someone for help. It's scary because you're opening yourself up, you're being vulnerable. So it's just taking that leap of faith that you will find someone that will be interested in your progression as much as you do. And there's a lot of different programs out there. Adweek, yearly they ask people to submit themselves for mentorships. You can reach out to someone like one of my mentees did on LinkedIn, and you can reach out to people in your organization. So the first step you take is with yourself. You say, I'm going to reach out. It's okay. I need help. I want to grow. And it's about me becoming better. And then once you take that first step, you make an agreement with yourself, then you reach out. And some people might say no. They might be too busy. They might not feel, for whatever reason. And it's okay as well, because the right mentor will come. Mm-hmm. And maybe it's too Russian of me, maybe too Eastern European of me. I believe everything happens for a reason, and people come into our lives when we need them the most. And they also leave our lives when they fulfill their purpose.
I don't think that's too Russian. I don't know if there's a thing as too Russian, but that's coming from a German. So, there's never too much European. I don't know what to say about that, but that's exactly it. And I hope you caught this. For those of you listening, the first agreement is with yourself. And, my background's in behavioral analysis. I love to analyze numbers. Numbers are my thing. Behavior is my thing. Understanding why people engage and how they learn and what motivates people. And I was looking at some statistics of women in tech and women generally compared to men getting mentors. And it's fairly staggering how many more men get mentors and how earlier in their career they engage a mentor or a coach. And so I think that's really interesting that, my brain goes into why are women delayed a little bit in getting mentors and how early they get mentors, and I wonder if part of that is exactly what you hit on, is saying it's not a failure within ourselves. It's not a bad thing. This is an investment in myself and in other people, because the better we become, the better we help others. What do you think about that?
Absolutely, 100%. And I think women, we all suffer from imposter syndrome. Even such a simple thing as getting a mentor, or am I good enough? Is someone gonna mentor me, or they gonna see that I have broken places, right?
Mm,
And it's people that are reaching out for mentorships. They are brave, they're
mm,
courageous, they're putting themselves out there, all their, broken places, raw, everything. And as you said, us women, we always think, oh, we're not good enough.
mm,
We might not get accepted, right? And men, unfortunately or fortunately, they have more
fortunately.
confidence.
Yeah.
They say, you know what, yeah, I had this issue, but my goal is to become better. So it's okay. And they don't look at, when someone provides feedback to them, they don't look at being critiqued as a human being or as a worker. They look as a journey to improve their work. So if
Mm,
women, when they look at mentorships, they realize they are amazing, they need someone to help them out, and we all have broken places. I actually posted just recently that we all have broken places, but we are not broken.
mhm. Yeah. The Japanese have this gorgeous, way about doing things. What they do is they take a broken vase and they use gold filling to fill all the brokenness. And what you see at the end is actually this stunning art piece. Not to say that, blown glass is not beautiful in and of itself, but you start to see all the little veins and the cracks and everything, but filled with gold. And I think that's such a representation of life where some of our brokenness or our opportunities, as you called it earlier, are exactly that. That's what made us unique. The fact that I was this awkward German, immigrant with a law background and behavioral analysis that had nothing to do with tech, right? Now can be in this because that piece of my journey actually helped bring some uniqueness to the picture, right? I think that's sort of the value in it.
And look at you now. You created the most amazing guide for women in tech. You pulled the whole community together,
I
right?
don't know about
So
that,
look
but
at you now.
I am impressed with the reception of the guide, and I am so excited. You are actually contributing to the second guide coming up as well. One of the things we even wanted to talk about in the last few minutes, I know we have a very short time with you, is really understanding why did you contribute to the guide, both the first one and now this upcoming one.
That is a great question. So I think I've reached a point in my career where I want to give back. I
Hmm.
want to give back. And if I can make it easier for just one woman in tech, or actually just one person, and remove obstacles from them, inspire them, just one person, then I achieved my goal. And
Yeah.
you and your team doing this amazing job, pulling all the kind souls together to help each other and help others. I felt really privileged and honored when you included me, and I was thrilled to see how many downloads you guys had and the feedback on my LinkedIn, because I know that me, the Russian, the awkward girl that worked in the industry from the secretary to, VP of marketing, I'm helping out there another girl to get courage, to start building her career, and maybe avoid some of the mistakes that I made.
That's exactly it. Is we can compound our efforts and our impact by coming together. There really is this power in unity, and it's actually something that we were just talking about offline was being able to bring people together, and instead of creating separate tables, so this is the women table, this is the men table, is actually just putting up more seats at the same table and giving everyone an opportunity to sit there and talk. and have an open conversation, because this is awkward and new for a lot of us. You know, our understanding is evolving. That's part of being a human, right? Is you learn and you evolve and you grow, or it should be at least part of being a human. So I love that about how you contribute, not just to the guide, which again, thank you. We're so excited that you did. I can't wait to show everyone Eugina's tips. Maybe we could do like a little teaser or something, because it's good. But I also think that in how you contribute to other people that you mentor. You know, I was telling you earlier, you've even influenced me, and some of the people that you mentor have told me stories about your guidance, and it's been light bulb moments for me. So thank you. Thank you for what you're doing. We need more people like you. I know we just have a minute, so where can people find you? Let's say they want to start following you, get inspired by your posts, or read some of those 45 articles. How can people find you? Where can they go?
Thank you very much. So 45 articles, they're industry articles, they're on Open RAN. Okay. So if people are interested in Open RAN, it's published on RCA Wireless, the Fast Mode, and many other publications. But I always welcome a connection. So LinkedIn follow, a connection is always very much appreciated. I love comments on my posts. And I normally post them on the weekend, because then I can engage more with my followers and my connections. So we all can share our stories and make all of us lives and our stories feel a little bit better.
Yeah, that human connection. Yeah. Well, you heard it here first. Eugina, thank you. You're remarkable. Thank you.
So I very much appreciate it. And I just want to finish with my thing, with one thing, that my story is never about me. It's much bigger than me. It's about immigrant women, or women with certain degrees, or single mothers, or other type of women that are not, don't see normally. My story is about giving voice to them and giving hope to them, because if I can do it, so can anyone else.
Yeah. How good is that? How good is that? And that's what you do so brilliantly in your posts, is you're not bragging. You're saying, hey, look what I did. You can do it too. Yeah. Eugina, thank you. I hope to talk to you very soon. And thank you for everyone who joined. We are so excited that you are here. We are very interested to hear your comments and your thoughts. So make sure you reach out and comment below. And we will see you very soon. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.